Close your eyes if you like. This is a slow story. There is nowhere to be. On the southwestern coast of India, where the land meets the Arabian Sea in a long, soft curve, there was once a small fishing village. The village had no name that anyone remembered. It had mango trees, it had one well, it had 30 small houses made of red earth and palm leaves, and at night the sea wind moved through all of them like a quiet visitor who never stayed long. In this village there lived an old fisherman named Chandra. Chandra was 70 years old. His hair was completely white. His hands were the color and texture of old teak wood, dark, smooth, and very strong in the places that mattered. Every night, when the rest of the village was sleeping, Chandra went to the sea. Not to fish. He was too old now for the deep water. He went simply to sit. The beach at night was a different world from the beach in the day. In the day, it was noise and color, nets and children, and the silver flash of fish in baskets, and the shouting of men who had been awake since before dawn. At night, it was only this: the sound of the water, the smell of salt and warm sand, the sky above, enormous, dark, completely filled with stars the way a mango tree is filled with fruit in the good season. Chandra would spread his small mat on the sand, sit cross-legged, and look at the water. He did this every night. He had done it for 40 years. People in the village thought Chandra was strange. "What do you do out there?" his daughter asked once. "I listen," he said. "To what?" He thought about this for a moment. "To the water," he said. "It says different things on different nights." His daughter looked at him the way young people look at old people who say things that make no practical sense. She went back inside and went to sleep. Chandra went to the beach. One night in the cool month after the monsoon, Chandra arrived at his usual spot and found a boy sitting there. The boy was perhaps 10 years old. He belonged to the family 3 houses down. Chandra knew his face, but not his name. The boy was sitting with his knees pulled up, looking at the sea with an expression of complete seriousness. Chandra spread his mat beside him and sat down. They sat in silence for a while. The water moved in and out, slow and steady, the way it had moved before either of them was born. "Why are you awake?" Chandra asked eventually. "I could not sleep," the boy said. "What is troubling you?" The boy was quiet for a moment. "I don't know," he said honestly. "Nothing. Everything." Chandra nodded. "Yes," he said. "Some nights are like that." After a while, the boy looked up. "How many stars are there?" Chandra asked. "Nobody knows," Chandra said. "Have you tried to count them?" "When I was young," Chandra said, "I always lost count around the same place, somewhere above that group there, you see, the ones that look like a bent arm." The boy looked where the old man pointed. "I see them," the boy said. "I used to think it bothered me," Chandra said, "not being able to count them all." "Does it still?" "No," the old man said. Now I think some things are not for counting. Some things are just for looking at." The boy thought about this. The water moved in and out. A small, warm wind came from the land, carrying the smell of mango trees and red earth, and the last warmth of the day still rising from the sand. "Tell me something," the boy said after a while. "A story." Chandra was quiet for a moment. He said, "My father told me this. His father told him. I don't know where it started." He looked at the water. "Long ago," he said, "the sea and the sky were the same thing. One color, one body, no line between them." The boy looked at the horizon, where the dark water and the dark sky met in a line so thin it was barely there. "What happened?" the boy asked. "Nothing dramatic," Chandra said. "The sun rose one morning and drew a line between them, and after that they were two separate things. But every night when the sun goes away, they try to find each other again." The boy looked at the horizon for a long time. "Is that why the sky is dark over the sea?"
"Perhaps," said Chandra. "Or perhaps it is just a story." "I like it," the boy said. "So do I," said Chandra. They sat for a long time without speaking. The stars moved the way stars move, so slowly that you cannot see it happening. But if you look away and look back, something has shifted. The boy's eyes became heavy. He did not fight it. The sand was still warm beneath the mat. The sound of the water was perfectly even, in and out, in and out, like the breathing of something enormous and completely at rest. The air smelled like salt and night flowers, and the clean, particular smell of a sky with no clouds in it. Slowly, without deciding to, the boy lay down on the mat beside the old man. He looked at the stars above him. "Chandra," he said quietly. "Hmm?" the old man said. "What does the sea say tonight?" Chandra listened for a moment. "It says," he said slowly, "that everything that needs to happen today has already happened, and everything tomorrow needs will come in the morning." The boy was quiet. "Go to sleep," Chandra said gently. "I will watch the water." And the boy did. He slept on the beach until just before dawn, when Chandra woke him softly and walked him back to his house through the sleeping village. The boy went inside. Chandra went back to the beach for one more hour. He sat in the last darkness before the light came and watched the sea and the sky trying to find each other in the blue-gray space between night and morning. They never quite managed it, but they came very close. The water is still moving tonight, in and out, in and out. Somewhere on a warm coast, an old man is sitting on a mat in the sand, listening. Everything that needed to happen today has already happened, and everything tomorrow needs will come in the morning. Sleep well,